Welcome back to another tutorial video on Football Manager 2024, and it's the console version played on the PlayStation or the Xbox. And this is going to be another very quick transfer tutorial on another way of finding Wonderkids. And if you've been watching my Marseille save, I have 5 Wonderkids in my team now, and this is another way of finding them. So I'm just going to get my big head out of the way so you can actually see what's going on. So every season about this time you will get in your inbox, if you want it with one of the kind of European teams, one of the bigger teams. I'm not sure whether you get this when you're with like a lowly club. I mean, let's say you were with Northampton or something like that. I don't know whether this comes through. It may well do, but it's not going to be of much interest to you because the players won't come anyway. You have to be with a decent club because otherwise the players won't come. But obviously we're with Marseille. I've signed players using this system, and basically it's in your inbox. It just comes through. It's the NXGN and 2029, which is the year that we're in now, and it's the 50 best Wonderkids in football. And as you can see, they're graded 1 to 10, 11 to 20, so on and so forth, through to 41 to 50. And it also, if you have any Wonderkids in your team, it will actually tell you which Wonderkids, and it's telling us Marseille, and we've got 5 Wonderkids: De Silva, Alcalde, Ibrahim, Mustafic and Boisson. But what you need to do is, and it's very laborious this, but let me tell you, I've kind of only just started doing this. I always thought, this is too laborious to do. But what you need to do is you need to go through every one of the 50. Now, you can be a bit meticulous. So if, for instance, you didn't need a centre half. I mean, let's just click on Zapata, for instance. And obviously, he's a goalkeeper. I don't think we need a goalkeeper, so I'm probably not going to scout him. So we may well give that one a miss. But if you needed a goalkeeper, or even if you want to scout all the 50, then, by all means do it. Voissy at Tottenham. Let's have a quick look at him. So he's a winger but can play striker. He's very quick, got some very good attributes. I think we'll definitely scout him. So if you just hover over his name and R3, so you're pressing the right stick down and then go to scouting and scout player, and you will start to scout him. Flores. I'm going to scout all of these because I think that, I think that's the way to do it, really. Because what you'll find is some of these players, even though they're young and Wonderkids, will be valued at 60, 70, 80 million. This lad's only valued at 6.4 million. So some of them you'll not be able to afford, depending which team you're at. But 6.4 million for a left wing back, okay, we're all right there because we've got Merlin and we've got Mustafic, who is a Wonderkid himself. But if somebody came in for Merlin and offered us big money, then maybe we'd need to take it. This lad would be a great replacement, wouldn't he? So like I say, just hover over the name, press R3 or press the right stick down and scout player. I'm going to do that with every one of them, and as soon as I've done that, I'll be back straight away. Okay, so I've been through all of the 50 players, well, 45, because 5 of them are our players. I don't need to scout my own players. But I've been through the 45 players. I've scouted them all, irrelevant of their price or the position, because sometimes it's just, if you get offered a player that, let's say midfield players, you've got a glut of them, but a Wonderkid comes up and he's 4 or 5 million, well, it'd be silly not to sign him, wouldn't it? Because you can guarantee that when you've signed him, it'll probably come in with a value of 70, 80 million. So anyway, let's have a look. We've had some early scout reports here. So the goalkeeper, Zapata, 2.5 star with the potential to be 3.5 star, 8.25 million. Would we go for him? Probably not. Wonderkids, I like them to have at least a 4.5 star rating, possibly 5. So we'll give him a miss. Ben Voissy. Now, this lad is he's English, he's 19, he's at Tottenham. He's definitely one that I would look at. But the thing that would put me off would be the transfer value, 55 to 64 million. The chances are, if you go in for him, Tottenham will want about 80 million for him. He's a very, very good player, though. He could come straight into the team. But you have to cut your cloth. It's a saying of mine, which means that, you know, you can only do what you have the funds to do. Marseille, even though we're doing very well at the moment, still don't have massive funds. If I can pick a Wonderkid up for between 6 and 10 million, I'll do it. 55 to 64 million, too expensive. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Okay, now this lad's at Chivas. He's a Mexican defender on the left. Compensation nil, so he's actually not going to cost any money. Let's just have a look at him. So he's Mexican. And of course, on the console version, you have no registration rules. The only rule that you have is the foreigner rule. So you have to be careful of that. And a Mexican would be a foreigner in your team. I think you're allowed, well, we're allowed 4 or 5, I think. So I probably wouldn't sign this lad. But, you know, he's looking like he's on a free transfer. So again, you know, be aware of all of that kind of stuff. And the last one that's come through here is Lucas Carrizo. He's an Argentinian 17-year-old fullback, 2-star with the potential to be 4.5, compensation of 1.9 million. Let's have a quick look at him. He doesn't have any like super duper stats, but he is only 17, so he would probably go straight into the youth team. Luis Enrique, 17-year-old enthusiastic fullback, Brazilian lad. Let's have a quick look at his stats. Now he looks the business, doesn't he? Transfer value of 14.5 million, 17 years old. I mean, he looks the business. Again, if you're in the market for a fullback, he can even play winger. So he's a very, very useful player. And with those kind of stats and that kind of potential, 14.5 million. Again, you need that. You need to scout all of the 50 next gen Wonderkids. It's a real pain and it's quite time consuming, but do it because you will come through with some real gems. And we're getting all of these scout reports are coming through thick and fast now. The defensive midfielder there. I mean, you know, we could go through all of these. I'm not going to do. But you get the idea. I mean, look at this lad. 17-year-old Argentinian defensive midfield player. Now, Argentinians, we know what Argentinians are like. I mean, they play with their heart on the sleeve, don't they? As a defensive midfield player, he's definitely going to get stuck in 1.4 million. Okay, not an earth-shattering tip there. It's all part of the game. That will come up in your inbox. You will get that next-gen list. But my advice is don't skip it. Always scout these players. I've been doing that, and I've come up with 5 Wonderkids in my team now. Also using, there was another little kind of thing in the game that I used by going into player search and then asking for young kids, say 18 to 20, and international caps. You need to go back and watch that video if you've not watched that one, because that's another little way of finding these really cheap Wonderkids. But this is a great way of doing it. Like I say, it's not hidden in the game. It will come up, but I'm just giving you some advice. Scout them all, and those scout reports will come through pretty quickly, and potentially you could pick 2 or 3 Wonderkids up for like less than 30 million. It's a no-brainer. Give it a go.